Hey everybody, Eric here. Well, Eric and Puppy, who doesn't know that she's being filmed right now because she's actually kind of shy, but right behind my right shoulder there, that is Cece. She's my little baby. I got her a couple of years ago from the Humane Society here in town. And she's a shelter dog. She is a 9-year-old Beagle Weimaraner mix, and she's my little neurotic girl. She has been quite the challenge, actually. She's kind of funny, but that's another story altogether. We'll get into this video so we don't get it going too long here. I got some notes, so I'll keep myself on track here. But basically, here's my update for the week. Good news, good news. I lost 4.4 pounds this week, which puts me down to 370 pounds, which is awesome. Super excited. However, I want to strangle because I am frustrated that it seems like it's taking so long to get to my first goal, which I am now just 8 pounds shy of. And that is to lose my first 100 pounds. I was hoping to do it in 6 months. It's looking like it's pushed into 7, but that's fine. It's pretty close. I'm hoping with the increased fitness and exercises, excuse me, I'm sorry, you VSGers and maybe even you bypassers, and I'm not sure about the banders, but anyways, my weight loss friends, you know about the burps. I just burp more than ever before. You know, it doesn't matter, eat, drink, whatever, burp. So, yeah, 8 pounds shy from losing my first 100 pounds, and of course my big goal is to lose the 200 pounds within a year. I'm still pushing that. So that's where I stand right now, and it's looking good. You know, slow but steady wins the race, they say, so here's to hoping I am going to be a winner. And yes, I will be. I will get there eventually. So the important thing is the health. You know, you guys already know my huge health victories that I've had. I go for a checkup to see my pulmonologist next week. We will see where I'm at as far as the CPAP goes. Need to do another compliance report, which is basically reading the card off the machine to see how I'm doing at the new setting. In case you missed it in the last video, he lowered my pressure from a 14 down to an 11. I think I've been doing A-OK on an 11. I've tried sleeping a few different times now without my mask, and I think I do pretty good. So we'll go from there and see how that goes. As far as eating goes, I had my first episode where I actually threw up last week, and I ate a piece of chicken, a couple bites of a piece of chicken that was a little overcooked. I should have known better, but I ate it anyways, and then I ended up paying for it. And the funny thing was, I got my normal full feeling, the hiccups, the burps. I knew I was done. I didn't think that I overate, so that's why I think it had more to do with the texture and the density than anything else. But yeah, it doesn't hit me instantaneously. First, I feel like I'm full. But then what normally happens is that full feeling immediately starts to subside within like about 5 minutes or so. I know that if at 5 and 10 minutes past eating, after I'm up and walking around and everything else, if that feeling doesn't go away or it starts to intensify, I'm in trouble. Yeah. And this time I had gone outside, tried to walk it off, and ended up finding myself burying my head in a bush for a minute to get rid of dinner. And yeah, that was my first time actually throwing up my food. So I still have my occasional issues, not gonna lie. It's par for the course, I suppose. You know, it's nothing to be worried about. Just you have to be careful about what you eat, you know. So anybody new watching this or pre-op, you know, don't worry. This is perfectly normal. Just be very careful. That's why it's important to follow your plan, you know. Don't eat anything, you know, prior to when your doctor tells you you're allowed to. So for me, in other words, I haven't really gone ahead and had a steak or a pork chop yet because I'm supposed to wait for 3 to 4 months out before I attempt that. Same thing with alcohol. I know that's the big one that everybody cheats on. I almost did it today. I happened to be in the grocery store, saw that they have these new frozen drink concoctions with the alcohol already in them. They're 5% alcohol by volume. I didn't even look to see what the ingredients were. Instantaneously, I just happened to have a thing for margaritas, and I saw this margarita mix sitting in a bag, and it said you toss it in your freezer, and boom, you got an instant drink. And I was like, ooh, that sounds really good. But luckily, my sister was with me, and she was like, are you really sure you're supposed to be drinking already? And I said, yeah, good point. I am not. Bad. So, anyways, caught myself there. So I want to tell you real quick. All right, let's keep this moving. I've been having trouble with my medicine, and I don't know about the rest of you, but my surgeon put me on Actigol for 6 months. I take it twice a day, every day, for 6 months. It's not fun. Tummy doesn't like it. Not one bit. I've tried it with food. It's better. It doesn't upset my stomach quite as much, but I have found it to make me feel really yucky, and I don't like it. So I'm unfortunately skipping times when I'm supposed to take it, and I know that that's not really good. But anyways, I don't know if the rest of you have run into that. I've talked to a couple of people who have mentioned. And this medicine is something that I'm taking post-op for the first 6 months because the first 6 months after surgery is when you have your peak weight loss, and that is what triggers your gallstones and your gallbladder issues. Is when you lose weight really quickly, then you're prone to issues with your gallbladder, which is why in the old days when they used to do Roux-en-Y bypasses, they would just go in and remove your gallbladder if you still had it while they were there, because so many people were just having issues anyways. They figured they'd save a trip and a surgery and all of that good stuff. So they don't do it quite as much anymore. Instead, they've got some medicines now, I guess, that they try to use as preventatives. But again, it probably depends on the surgeon. So just wanted to mention that. Having trouble with my Actigol. I'm still taking it. As a matter of fact, I just refilled my prescription today. But yeah, that's where that stands. So fitness, yes. Cardio, yes. I'm doing better. I took my first Jazzercise class on Tuesday, and I loved it. I was the only guy in a room full of women who basically kicked my butt. I had all I could do to keep up. For those of you who aren't familiar with Jazzercise, it's basically a routine set to music, and it involves different steps and stretches and so forth, and it's a lot of fun. I had a great instructor, and it's a great class, and I loved every second. You know, the hour flew by. I didn't even feel like exercise. It was like hanging out with a bunch of friends and hamming it up, basically, you know, because the regulars that go there all the time, they've got the steps down, they make it fun. Some of them do some different things. They sing along to the songs, the instructor ad-libs, you know, it's a lot of fun. You know, and I sweat my butt off, and my legs are sore. Let me tell you, I did some leg stretches that I have not done in a long time anyways. And my legs are still sore, so it's the good kind of sore, though. So therefore, the exercise department is going really well. Plus, I've been exercising. Exercising. I've been exercising and exercising. Well, I have. And that other exercising happens to be in the form of walking. I've been trying to get my walks in every single day. And again, this thing ties into the Weight Loss for Dudes Summer Fitness Challenge, which I've also been participating in. And that is just to push your fitness levels, to pick an activity and try and get better at it as the 6 weeks progresses. Mine was cardio. I just wanted to improve my overall fitness because those of you who know, I've had a challenge in that department. So that's what I'm doing. I've documented some of this. I will try to do it again. I don't know how open they will be to any type of filming while we're in the Jazzercise class, but I will find out and see what I can do. Maybe, do a couple of quick clips or something of myself working out. So that might be a little bit fun. And we'll go from there. The other thing, and this might be of an interest to you, Bert, and anyone else who's into hiking and walking. I do a hobby which I love called geocaching, and I don't know if many of you are familiar, but I'm going to take you out on a geocaching excursion so you guys can see what that's like. But basically, it's a worldwide scavenger hunt that just keeps you moving. It gets you out. Usually there's some type of a small trail involved. A lot of times they're around state parks. It's usually not too difficult, but they have all different varieties, and these things are hidden all over the world. And basically what you do is you use a GPS and GPS coordinates to find these little treasures, and you keep an official log on their website and everything else. It's loads of fun, and it gets you out there walking, hiking, whatever, and it's more like a game, so you're not looking at it. It kind of like tricks you into thinking that it's exercise because there's a reward involved. You're trying to increase your number of caches, and keeps you. It just takes the focus off of it being an exercise. It was a brilliant concept. I don't know whoever designed it, but kudos to you. I love it. It's geocaching. The official website is geocaching.com. I will put a link in the down bar. I have some information on geocaching actually in my informational folder for those of you who want to check it out. And that just ties into the last thing that I wanted to touch upon, and that was using the tools around you to help you get through your journey. And in this case, I'm going to talk about smartphones. I happen to have an Android phone. I have a Droid X, and I love my phone. And like most people with smartphones, I take my phone everywhere. So recently, within the past week, what I've done is I've searched for some apps that you can put on your phone, and I'm looking for free ones. Let's face it, I don't want to have to spend any more money than anybody else either. So therefore, I found a couple of good apps which I'm going to mention to you because I highly suggest to people. Part of this journey is all, lifestyle change. So you have to change the way that you do things, and that means changing the tools you use, and those changes have to be for the better. They have to incorporate your new healthy lifestyle. So that's just the reason why I'm sharing this. It's something that I've gone ahead and made a conscious decision to do, and I found it very helpful, so I'm just putting it out there. I know not everybody has a smartphone. Not everybody can afford one. That's fine, I understand. I'm just mentioning this for those of you who do and can. For those of you who don't, I recommend that if you have internet, you check there. The other thing too is as far as like fitness activities and routines, double check with your on-demand from your cable companies. A lot of cable providers now are using free on-demand programming And they usually have a selection for exercise and fitness. There are some good ones out there from The Biggest Loser and other people in the, the fitness industry who have done workout routines, anywhere from 10 minutes to a half an hour, I think. Maybe there are some that are even longer. But my point is, utilize the tools around you. If you've got it and it's free, check it out. At least try it, because what have you got to lose? You could stumble upon something that really, really helps you out. So it's worth it. So I'm just putting that out there. So the programs that I got, I'll just tell you about real quick before I wrap up here. The one that is helping me track my steps, I was going to just go out and buy a regular pedometer, but I happened to find an app on my phone called StepTracker, and it is free. And basically you start it, and when you're ready to go, it logs in your current GPS coordinates, and then that's how it figures out how many steps you take and everything else. But the program is really cool. It gives you a breakdown of the number of steps you take per minute, how far you went, how long you went, and the approximate calories that you burned. So it's a great little app. I highly suggest that you get it or something similar to it that works for you. And just read the reviews. Usually those are the best guide to know whether or not it's a good app. And so StepTracker, that was one. The other one that I want to talk about, the big one, my new favorite, is Noom Weightloss. And that's N as in Nancy, O-O-M as in Mary. Noom Weightloss. This thing is awesome. It gives you an entire plan to track everything from fitness to water. And you put in some basic information, height, weight, age, etc. And you can even set up your goals. It has a tab on there where you can track your calorie intake for the day. You can log all your meals plus snacks, etc. It has a tab on there for keeping track of your water intake, so you can monitor your fluids. It's great. I just started using it. Just to tell you real quick, I put in my current weight, my height, my age, put out my plan. I told it that my next goal is to lose 100 pounds. I've programmed it so that my plan includes an approximate weight loss of 4 pounds a week and incorporates 4 exercise routines a week. And at that current plan, it projected that I will have lost my next 100 pounds by February 16th, which is just about a little past my next 6 months. So that would be perfect, because I was hoping to lose 200 pounds by January. This would put me into February. It kind of makes sense because my first 6 months actually pushed into 7 months to lose my first 100 pounds. So had I had the bypass, maybe my weight loss would be a little bit faster, but everybody knows that sleeves are somewhere in between the band and they ruin wide generally. So I'm happy, and I'm anxious to see once I incorporate more and more fitness where the numbers go. I've had 2 weeks in a row where I was only 2 or 3 pounds down a week. This week I've already pushed to almost 5 pounds, and I know that I've had bigger weeks in the beginning, but I think that I can get there again once I increase my activity. So that's my goal. And so just take the time to utilize the tools around you. It will be a big, big help in your journey. So that's all I have to say for this week. I hope everybody is doing great. I hope you guys are having a great summer. Things are starting to cool down here in the Northeast. I hope they are for you too, because I know it makes it tough to get out there and stay active. But do the best you can, everybody, and hang tight. And we will all get there. We will. We will do this. So everybody take care, and I will talk to you all again soon. All right? Bye-bye.